What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Suburban Nerd. These are a series of videos I'm doing where I'm recapping and reviewing really quick Daredevil, The Defenders. And I'm going episode by episode. I did 1 through 4. This is episode 5. And if you want to check out, I'm going to have a playlist. I have a playlist right now. I'm going to have all 8 episodes. Well, I'm going to start off with the beginning. Well, how the last one ended was Elektra rolls up inside the restaurant, they're standing off against her, and now the fight's about to begin. So this one starts off where they're showing what the hand was doing, while Elektra just shows up, which each individual finger, I guess, of the hand is doing her thing. Madame Gao, you got, what's his name? You got let's call him the Bear Dude, because he was kind of skinning and killing the bear that he apparently killed with his bare hands. So and then you see this dude run and just straight up jump and then bust through the skylight and land like a boss, like the superheroes, supervillains, where the fist hits the ground and then he looks up, and that's when Danny's already on the ground because Elektra's just messing up everybody. And then Danny's like, "Yo, who's this dude?" And then Daredevil's like, "What?" Straight up takes a chair and busts it over the guy right off the bat. So then they start going at it, and meanwhile you got Jessica Jones taking on Elektra with Luke Cage, and they're both getting messed up. And then she's straight up kicking, flipping, and tossing Luke Cage to the ground, and Jessica Jones to the ground. And then Luke's like, "Yo, this chick's annoying." And then Jessica Jones is like, "Yo, tell me about it." So then they're going at it. She goes and tosses Luke Cage into a table or something like that. Meanwhile, the hand out of nowhere. Well, while that's happening, Alexandra kind of slips off. She really just sneaks off like that on some real. But they're going down. You got the hand rolls up in bands. They all got guns, and then they start shooting up in the Chinese restaurant. And then this one thing going in my head, like, yo, is Electric bulletproof too? Because she ain't even ducked. She's just standing there. Bullets are hitting in the restaurant. Everybody else goes and dips off. Luke Cage is blocking the bullets, to as much as he can with his back, while everyone else just hides behind a bar and the table, whatever. So and I'm like, yo, how is none of these bullets just hitting her? These guys probably ain't the best aims in the world. They're just shooting to kill everyone. So and then they all keep shooting until it's just one guy shooting. Then all of a sudden, Madame Gao rolls up with a gun and bow, shoots the guy in the back of the head. She's like, "Yo, we want Danny alive. What part of that don't you get?" So she goes and tells them to go in and take him, by force. That's when what's the name? And I'll tell you this: if you guys are looking for a fight, this episode definitely had the Defenders full effect. Just show them what they got. I'm pretty sure it's gonna ramp up and get even better. But if you guys were waiting for that really fight where they team up together, this is it. This is that first episode of that, of the taste of that. So and then the hand surrounds him, and then meanwhile it's they start fighting. And the funny thing is, when they were shooting initially, they were all hiding, and then you got Styx that's like, "Nah, this is what I call a party." And they're all looking at him like, "Yo, you crazy ass white dude." But Styx is just out there. I love Styx in this. Styx is the best part of this series. So and then they surround them, and then that's when they're just all standing back to back. You got Styx, you got Luke Cage, you got Danny Rand, you got Jessica Jones, and then you got Matt Murdock. So and then they're ready to fight. Then they start going off. They start fighting. That's when all of a sudden you got Styx slicing and killing dudes. Matt runs off and tackles Elektra, and he's trying to talk to her like, "Yo, your name's Elektra. Electra. Yo, bro." But the crazy thing is she doesn't remember her past, but the name is kind of getting her to remember. But then she goes and tosses him out, and then they go fighting inside the back alley of the restaurant. And then they're fighting. They're still trying to do their thing. But she's hitting, knocking him down. But he gets behind her and he's like, "Yo, remember, I held you. You died." And then she tosses him. And then that's when the bear dude runs out of the restaurant and then goes over to her. She backhands the hell out of him and sends the dude flying into a trash can. Boom, he gets knocked out. And then that's when the rest of them are fighting inside the thing. You got Luke Cage and Jessica still fighting. But then Luke Cage is taking on I'm gonna call him the African dude, the guy with the white hat. That's what he was known as. But I'm calling him the African dude. So and then African dude's just straight up like finger to like gentle fisting this dude like Naruto, and it's like pressure pointing and then just hurting him, tossing him, and then he knocks him out into the outside of the restaurant. So and then like I'm like, yo, like how is he getting hurt? Because one thing, like his skin is supposed to be like titanium, where bullets can't hurt him. So I don't understand how pressure points could even do anything to him. It just doesn't really make sense. But somehow this dude is hurting him. So then the dude runs and it kicks. When he comes out, he's like, I heard you're unbreakable. I hear you can't be broken. Well, we'll see about that. And he runs and straight up drop kicks Luke Cage, and Luke Cage flies back and then kind of rolls, and you can tell he's hurt. He gets up, all of a sudden a garbage truck out of nowhere hits this dude and drives off, and I'm like, what? Like, I was like, was that planned, or was that just a bad public worker that just doesn't pay attention at night? So and then a black man rolls up, and then the African dude jumps into that. Jessica Jones rolls out like, Luke! Like, sort of sounds like Star Wars, but so she's like, yo, what's going on? Meanwhile, you got Danny Rand inside there just messing up dudes, fighting them, and then all of a sudden Madam Wong just rolls up and just force pushes him like straight up Star Wars style, and he goes flying into this little alleyway with the door or whatever. And then she goes and is like, all right, I softened him up. The rest of you take him on. So they all go into that alley, the little walkway, and start trying to mess him up. Then all of a sudden, you see the door get busted out. Jessica Jones rolls out and then straight up like punches the crap. Like one punch hit like Madam Guy. She goes flying. And then they start taking on the hand. Then that's when Styx rolls up out of nowhere with a knife and starts killing these dudes. And then they say like, go to the alley. So meanwhile, like Daredevil is fighting Jessica, still trying to get her. But then she like straight up knocks him down and then disappears and runs off. And then when they run out, he's by himself inside the alleyway. They close the door. Jessica Jones takes a trash can and like just straight up pushes it right in front of the door. And then Styx is like, yo, the only way out of this is the sewer. So then that's when you see them jump into the sewer. And then that's when Madam Guy rolls up because no one can get this door open because of the trash can. Force pushes it, sends the trash can flying. They go out. They don't know where they are. So then after that, you got they end up showing up at the dojo with Colleen. And then Colleen's like, yo, what's going on? Where are you guys coming? And then that's when Styx is like, I told you I'd bring him back, safe or whatever. And then they start kind of going at it because everybody's like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, we lost Luke Cage. Jessica Jones like, yo, you just straight up dipped off and like left us. Yo, what's going on, bro? So and then they're all going at it. Then all of a sudden they hear something. Then they go and they're kind of suspicious, thinking the hand followed them. But then he's turned on this Luke Cage, and somehow Luke Cage got the upper hand, and he's got the African dude just chilling in the back of the van. So they go and they get him. They bring him to like a little place where they're gonna just question him. Meanwhile, you got the hand have like. Alexandra goes and sees Elektra, and she starts talking to her, telling like, yo, like, this is history. I used to have a daughter, but she died. Now I know my purpose is to, be the mother to you. And she's like, yo, if you don't help the hand, whatever, if you're no use to the hand, then you're no use to me. And then that's when the bear dude rolls up, looking all evil-eyed, like looking at Elektra, like, did you hit me? And then like that's when Alexandra leaves. And then that's when it's funny because Elektra walks up slowly to him, just straight up looks at him like that look like, what you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do? Right here? And it just turns around and walks off. So then the dude can't do nothing because, this is the hand's special weapon. So he goes off. And then that's when they're back at the place. The African dude's knocked out. So then they're like, yo, how are we going to wake this up? And then Jessica's is like, yo, I'll tell you. Like, this is how you wake him up. Slapped him, wakes him up. They start questioning this dude. And then Styx is like, yo, he's not going to say nothing. He's been trained in Kung Lung. He ain't going to crack. So that's when all of a sudden they're like, yo, we'll figure out a way. And he starts popping off. Basically, starts doing a mind trick, just telling them all the stuff that, that's going to get the rise out of them. Because he's like, yo, this ain't your city. You all failed each people. And on top of that, we know those people, and the hand's going to take them out. So then that's when they're all worried. And so and then you figure they break off. to go find and warn the people that are important to them. So you got Luke Cage goes and warns Claire, tells her like, yo, y'all gonna have to go. So then while that's happening, you got Danny and Colleen inside the truck, and then they see a car roll up. So then Danny goes to check that out. Colleen goes to the alleyway to circle around, and that's when she meets her old master. That like I could have sworn he got killed, but they bring people back to life in these and inside this universe. So then she starts fighting her, but it's like he got to level up, so she ain't touching him. So then he gets her up against the wall, slices her stomach. She's bleeding. Everybody else rolls up, Luke Cage and them, and then that's when the dude just straight up like, oh, all right, I ain't down for this. So bah, he just disappears. They don't know where he is. Then that's when you got Matt Murdock going to talk to Karen, basically giving her 411 on what's going on. Yeah, we're gonna have to go. She goes along with him. Then you got what's it called? Jessica Jones rolls up on her girl Trish, where he's like, "Yo, we gotta go," because Trish is in a restaurant trying to talk to people, trying to see if they can find out more about these earthquakes. And then Jessica Jones rolls up because the hand shows up. And then that's when the bear dude rolls out of nowhere again and starts messing Jessica Jones up. And Jessica Jones is like, "Yo, does everybody know karate?" So, so then that's when all of a sudden Daredevil shows up. They team up together. That guy over the edge. Guy disappears. And then that's when all the people show up at the police station. You have Misty and Colleen talking, which they actually have a comic book together. You should check it out with Misty and Colleen. Something to the Dragon. That's the name of the Colleen's character that when she was fighting, the name she used. So check that out. It's pretty good. But then all the people in the police station, and then they're like, all right, that's what we got to do. Your hand meets up to talk about, what's going on. Like, we need to rethink things because things ain't working out the way we want to. So that's going on. Then the defenders meet up back at the place. They start questioning the Africa dude. Africa dude's like, this ain't gonna work. So he got them all pissed off that he gets knocked out onto the ground. And then that's when what's the name? He uses a glass to cut himself free. Somehow he goes and kidnaps, or he grabs up Danny Rand. And then he's like, yo, you guys are gonna let me out. When he turns around, Stick just slice off his head, and that's the end of that dude. So then you got so Daredevil coming clean, because he actually came clean. It was like he knew Elektra. That's why he didn't want to fight her like that. And then that's when they were like they were arguing. That's basically why they kind of weren't paying attention to the guy that got Danny. So that's how that happened. And basically the hand has a conversation meeting saying that we're gonna have to find some way to not have to use Elektra, because I don't think you got as much control over her over you think. So then Elektra, when Alexandra goes to Elektra's room, she's gone. So and then Elektra's gone actually to Matt's house, and she's remembering things, I guess. And then she lays her head on a pillow on the bed, and that's pretty much how the episode ends. So overall, I liked it. I give it I give it another B+, because I'm still waiting for that really complete action pack. So hopefully you guys like this. There was a quick recap and review. This is I'm Wes Grant. Watch the Suburban Nerd, and subscribe, and everything else in the description down below. Check you guys on episode number 6. Peace out.